Hello and welcome to our Achtung Cthulhu game. I'm Andy and I am the keeper. This is our Achtung Cthulhu game called the Karotechia Conundrum. Let me start by introducing my players. Let's just work around the screen. So, Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm playing Lieutenant Archie Fanshawe, a newly minted lieutenant in the British Army in the special unit that we are.
Superb. B.
I'm B. I'm playing Nellie Wyndham, second lieutenant of the special unit.
Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm playing Second Lieutenant Toby Ross, who is the newest member of the special unit.
Bruce.
Hi, I'm Bruce. I'm playing Sergeant Sam Calloway, combat medic and frontline infantryman.
And lastly, Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm playing Casamir Koslow, our current group's representative of Q section.
Very nice. Right. Okay. So, if you remember, you were in the vicinity of the town of Aboukir, which is just a little away from Alexandria in northern Egypt on the Mediterranean coast. And you had gone to a house where you were you had found evidence that this strange fish god statue had been found at. You tried various efforts to search the place and so on, and have resorted to. I think two of you have broken in. So Nellie and Archie have broken in, and the other three, Toby, Sam, and Casamir, have knocked on the door, even though it's very late at night, and said, basically, we're the British Army. And where we left it is that some is that the door was opened by a manservant who I shall now show you. So has that popped up?
Yep.
This is
Yep.
the elderly servant. And then what he went and sort of brought to you is this man, who I shall share there, who is he's introduced as his master. Okay, and did that pop up as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the both of them are quite elderly men, and the one who's been described as the master, he very tall, thin man. Not dressed like this, dressed in night clothes. They're both dressed in night clothes, which are just long, quite light cotton robes. And the owner of the house comes out and looks around, and you would say he recognises that Toby is wearing the uniform of an officer, and so he says to you in accented English. Welcome to my house. How may I help you at this late time of night?
Okay. Toby just says, well, it doesn't say. He thinks of what sort. Is he a cultured English? Is it? Would I suggest public school taught English, or
No.
can I tell
I would
where he
say,
picked up the language?
Is that something that's worthy of a Give me a. Actually, no, you've got that. I'm not going to make a dice. It's not relevant. I'm going to make a dice roll. You would say probably learnt from more sort of merchant
Okay.
merchant situations.
Sorry.
He's clearly an intelligent man, but it's not an educated not a British educated accent or anything like that.
Sorry.
Right.
Definitely.
That's what I'm at after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, sir. I do apologise for the lateness of our visit. I hope that underlines the importance of us being here. I'm Second Lieutenant Toby Ross with the British Army. We are here on important business. We are searching for colleagues of ours who we believe may have visited you in the last few days.
Yes. A British officer and some men came several days ago. Yes, they.
What were they interested in, if I may ask?
They asked me if anything else was found when the dig happened, and they seemed to know that something had been found, and that a dig had taken place before this house was built. And I sort of showed them round the grounds, and that that though the dig was the house has been extensively rebuilt, the dig was mostly out towards the cliff, and was the sort of it was much there was a building much closer to the cliff that was taken down and turned into my sort of eating area out there, seating and eating area out there. And if you remember rightly, that was a sort of patio area that you had been scouting around the edges of.
Sorry, what was your response to his question? Was anything else found? And I'm looking very closely at him as I ask that question.
Yeah. Which will be a observation. I think it would be observation with instincts, and both. Insight stat, observation skill, and the instincts focus if you have it, and also.
Sorry, right, yeah, okay.
So an observation check. Use your insight stats, and you've got the instincts focus, which Toby does.
Which I have.
You can click that. The focus. Sam and bear in mind, there's a load of momentum at the moment, so don't know if you want to use that.
Yeah, I was going to add a point of momentum as well.
Okay, so take that off. Sam and Casamir, you're both present. If you want to roll this as well, you're both very welcome to.
I mean, I might as well. You never know.
Yeah. So one success. Right. All of you seem to think the same thing. His answer is no. There was nothing else found there. But there's too long a pause before he says that. He's definitely being evasive, not necessarily fully out lying, but he's being evasive. Okay.
If I may say so, sorry, I'm very rude of me. Sorry, your name, sir?
My name is Omar Yassin.
Uh,
And he says, "This is my manservant Mustafa." He says, pointing to the. Are we going to be much? Do you need to talk to me for any length of time?
well, as I said, we are quite keen to
Let us
get to
sit
the bottom
down.
of this.
Let us
And
sit down. And he directs you through to a sort of. Do you remember as you came in from rightly on the left? There's a sitting room, sort of reception room, and he indicates you in there, and he turns to his servant Mustafa and says something in Arabic, which Toby understands, is bring us tea. Now, just want to double check on something before I carry on with you. Archie and Nellie, whereabouts are you?
I believe
Chris, you
we're at the
muted, Chris.
back of the house.
Sleeping around the back of the house.
Yeah. I think you come in through a
Investigating the bedroom.
bedroom. You come in through a bedroom, which seemed to actually be a room that was normally occupied. I think there's a light on in there, and potentially was the servants' room. And then you come down a corridor, and I think that's where we'd left you. Okay, so I don't think the house is not that. It's quite sprawling, and it's only one story. But I think no one is being quiet as they speak, so you can hear off somewhere relatively close by a conversation taking place in English. Okay, so
Do we hear the information about the items being found in the other building? Is it
yeah,
a
yeah. You give me right to actually hear exactly what's being so give me an observation observation reason check with hearing as the focus. Yes, you can. One success is all you need.
yeah? So I kind of looked towards Lieutenant Fanshawe and sort of whisper as quietly as I can. Do you think it's worth retreating and finding this outside area, or continue what we're doing here?
Any bit brisk.
Ross? Okay.
I just want to have a poke around while he's busy. His bedroom. What was there another building? Sorry, Andy. Have we seen another
No,
building?
there's
An
not another
outbuilding. You said
building.
another.
What he just said was that there was another building that was excavated to make his sort of patio area. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So actually,
Sorry.
and when
my
you were out
mistake.
there, you saw no signs of it at all. So whatever was
Right.
there, it's
No,
completely
we're
gone.
looking possibly for a reliquary or something like that. So let's see if we can find anything. Moving as stealthily as it's possible to move when you're not very stealthy. Well, I'm quite stealthy. We'll continue to.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you hear the opening of some closing of some doors. Okay. As Omar Yassin leads Toby, Casamir, and Sam into a nice room. A couple of lamps are lit, and you're invited down. There's some very nice, comfortable chairs and stuff. It's fairly well to do. It's not threadbare would be misleading. He's clearly a man of wealth, but it's not extravagant, if you sort of mean. Yeah. And the servant disappears off. Okay. Let's go to actually back to the conversation with Omar Yassin. So he takes you through, sits down. So how else can I help you then, Lieutenant Ross?
well, Mr. Yassin, if I'm being brutally honest, I'm not sure if you're being frank with us. And let me be very clear. The British Army is very interested in getting to the bottom of this issue. Now, I've been sent as the easy path. I can assure you my commanding officer won't take the same view.
Right.
So I suggest. Do you want me to carry on,
Toby
or
Yeah.
playing
Go.
hardball.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on, please.
I suggest that we have a conversation, frank, open, and honest conversation, and at the end of that, I can leave with my questions answered, and you carrying on with your life. If I can't be assured of that, I may have to take this further. And as I said, this is important to the British Army, and as you can imagine, at this precise moment, the British Army is very sensitive to any opposition.
Can you please give me a persuasion with will stat roll? Intimidation is, I don't think that's negotiating. I think that's
No.
trying to put the feel. I'd say that's intimidation. So persuasion,
Yeah,
intimidation.
Yeah, no, I do
This
agree. Yeah.
Now, how's it?
Yeah.
Just before you do roll it, um, as this is being said, are Casamir and Sam doing anything?
I'm super tempted to be
I
to
was
say
hoping they were looming.
yeah. I will loom as menacingly as I can as a 5'7", scrawny Eastern European.
I'm trying to remember what.
Sam is about as looming as a golden retriever. So
he's actually having the opposite effect.
What's
Oh,
just,
Yeah, he's
in
trying
the
to
corner
loom.
panting. In the corner panting with his tongue hanging out.
can you anyone remember what the rule is for assisting someone else?
I believe it gives you an extra die, but
But is there a
I
dice
think it
roll?
does super simple.
100%.
Gives you an extra dice if
Just
I'm
give
right.
me a dice. Right. I think
I think it does give an extra dice, but I'll look
Yeah.
it up for you for next time.
No, that's right. Yeah, right, we'll say extra dice. Right. So I'm going to give you an extra dice on this roll because Casamir is
That was
vaguely looming,
crazy.
and I mean Sam really clearly needs to work on his menacing look.
Look, I mean, if I really want to look menacing, what I'll do is I'll take out a block of composition B and start tinkering with it.
You're assuming this man would even know what that was. So that
No,
gives you an
it is,
extra
Yeah,
dice
exactly.
to roll.
That's the
So-
problem.
So it's willpower, is it? For
Yes, willpower. Yeah.
Power.
Observation with willpower. Sorry,
And-
persuasion with willpower and intimidation. Focus. And if you want to use a point of momentum as well, you can, but obviously take it off.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
No.
Jesus. Good job I took 4 dice, I guess.
Jeez. Right. I think one is all you need,
You
though.
can.
He. Something else was found, but not found in the same excavation. Something else was found elsewhere on the property. When some other work was being done on the main house. I think the best way to describe it would be a little hidey hole under the floor, and something else was found there. And I had hoped to try and sell it, but maybe let me show it to you. Now I'm
It's
just
back
going
to his room.
Well, this thing,
Yeah. And we're like,
this is what I just need to carry.
caught
Yeah,
in the
right.
act.
So, right, back to Archie and Nellie. Right. So, you can hear sounds. Also, based on that hearing check, you think that there's someone in the kitchen, and there's a conversation going on in this sort of front room, effectively, meeting room, reception room, which probably means the hallway is completely clear. And from what you guessed before, it's sort of almost the master's bedroom is probably the other side of the building to where you climbed in. So you're going to need to sneak across that main.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You after that, Nelly?
Yeah. Am I following you, or you follow me? What is the order here?
I'm gonna. I'll lead if you want. Or are you very good at stealth? Well, you've worked
Reasonably
together
good.
a bit now, so
Yeah. I'm fairly all right with stealth.
Can
yeah,
I
I'm not
have
awful.
agility, stealth, urban stealth focus?
For each of us.
Yes, please, for each of you. Bear in mind there are currently 2 points of momentum.
Bruh. Yeah, I should have used a point. I'm going to re-roll.
Right. I'm taking a
Select the
point.
dice I wish to re-roll.
It's bloody embarrassing
There you
to
go, that's better.
so agility still.
So did you re-roll using a point of momentum, B?
Yes, sorry.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, no,
I must have, because
how did you re-roll?
sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm still stuck in the other game we were playing where you can re-roll, but then it has a thingy. So can I use a party momentum to re-roll?
I can use momentum to do a re-roll. I can't remember.
Afraid not.
No. So your first
No,
roll
it's
counts.
one
In
of
that case,
the
just take my
feature of the
first
game.
roll. Yeah.
Right. So
Sorry, I was
It's one
thinking
of these
of
games where
Blade Runner.
when you roll a dice,
Oh,
it's a bit because you know that if it doesn't come up good,
Yeah.
that's one. Yeah.
right. Okay. So Archie, you get 2 successes. What do you want? You needed 1. What do you want to do with the other one? You could use it to sort of. I will let you use it to cover Nellie not being particularly quiet.
Yes, I'll do that when she starts dancing the can in the middle of the
No,
or something. I'll
Stop.
drag her out and come here.
I think it's more
What are you doing?
knock a little vase on top of a
Sorry, I was
table
being
and
silly.
Yeah.
catch that. Yeah.
All right, yes, I'll do that. I'll catch the.
Right. So you sneak around and head down what you're guessing is the right wing of the building, and you end up in there are a couple of rooms, but one of them is it opens up into a bathroom, and then you find basically going for where there's a light on. There turns out you find the main bedroom, and in there is it's not untidy, but it's obvious a man. Sorry, someone's just got out of a bed. So there's an unmade bed. There are some clothes slightly haphazardly placed over the back of a chair, and there is the wardrobe door is open, things like that. So it's clearly someone is living here, and there's a little lamp on one side of the bed, on a table beside one side of the bed. What do you want to do?
Quickly split up in the room and
Quickly then.
find
Yep.
find
I'll
something.
point Nelly
Anything
down
that
one
might
side of
be.
it, and I'll go down the other. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
talking over you again. I'm terrible for this.
No. That's it. I think it's just a delay.
So you're both you're both searching. Yep. So
Yes.
that will be observation with insight, and I would say, well, it's said. I suppose it's more. I'm trying to figure out whether it's instincts or sight. Danger is instincts becomes useful for everything. I'm going to say sight for searching.
Using insight, right?
Insight, yeah.
God damn it! Wow, garbage rolls, garbage.
Well, I'm just going to take a point of threat
Not
for
you,
the.
Chris. Mine.
Right. Nellie searches around and you the only thing you find is interesting, but is not particularly relevant. You find a money pouch with quite a piece of money in his bedside table. But Archie, you find
I suddenly feel a cold breeze, as if something's going wrong.
It's me. I'm going wrong.
you find. Did that pop up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
hello.
Damn.
Hello,
All right,
indeed.
Very-
this is where he dropped another plane load of Fallschirmjäger on us.
This is a very old, an old knife. In fact, have you got? So roll me. You can. Each of you, the two of you there, can roll me a reason academia with reason, and if you have the occultism focus, then that will apply.
You don't say.
Nice. I do have occultism.
Right.
I
Okay.
got 2 successes. Nice.
So it's probably made of bronze. It's green, sort of gone a bit green with age. It's clearly very old, very, very old. And it's probably, Nellie, you would say with those 2 successes, it's probably a sacrificial knife. It's not really a very practical looking weapon to fight with, but it's probably then gets put into those sort of ritualistic type categorization. The thing that's really strange with it, even more strange, is do you see the sort of something wrapped round it a little? That
like a bone, isn't it? Skull?
It
Yeah.
looks like a saber-tooth tiger skull.
Yeah.
Well,
But I'm assuming probably smaller than a saber-tooth tiger.
That's a big knife.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, a small saber-tooth
Yeah.
tiger skull. But come on, what else do you think it looks like?
A pygmy saber-tooth tiger.
I guess they're kittens at some point.
Yeah,
right.
true.
Yeah. It's what it
That's most strange.
what it would take more investigation. It's definitely bone.
Okay.
And looking at it, you know, there's this bit that looks like might be a big tooth. It's actually it's actually carved like that. It's not actually. It's a piece of bone that's been carved. Okay.
Okay, I don't know if I noticed that.
So not a pygmy saber-tooth tiger. Got it.
No, not a hamster, saber-tooth hamster.
Right. No, sorry. One thing.
Where did he keep this? Sorry.
So this was wrapped up in a piece of velvet in a bag at the bottom of a chest to one side of his bed. There are various other knickknacks in there, but nothing anything like as interesting, weird, or potentially valuable like this looks.
Okay. Well, swiftly take that, and then I'll carefully load everything back into the bag and into the chest bag. Sorry.
Yep.
Did you say you're taking the knife?
I think so, don't you?
Yeah. So Nellie, sort of as you're taking it, she goes, because we heard what they were saying about coming to see it, that they or show Ross something.
Give me an observation hearing check again to see if you heard that.
Okay.
Just for humour.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, fair. Because that's quite important to what I want to say next. So hearing, observation, insight, or reason.
Yeah, insight.
Okay.
Yes, you heard that.
Yeah. So I say maybe we should leave it here for a moment and make ourselves scarce. I think this might be what the old man wants to show. Yeah,
well, assuming I didn't hear that, then when you tell me that, I'll decide that's a good idea. We'll quietly pack everything back away again, then walk round the front door, shall we?
Yeah, can do. or
So
or
you're going to climb
yeah.
out of a window to get
You
round
don't
to
have
the
to.
front door, or
Yeah,
are you
sure.
going to
Why
go?
Yeah.
not?
Rather than going through the house,
Yeah. Okay.
they
Right.
might notice that.
Yeah. So you two climb out. Right. So, are you going round and knocking at the front door then?
I would think so.
Yep. Okay. Right. So, several things happen. So,
I tell Fanshawe about the threat that Ross made about his boss being involved and potentially becoming a problem for the old man, and just sort of just as a bit of information.
Okay,
Do with what you will.
right. Okay.
very well. I won't bother
Uh,
knocking in that case. I'll just stride into the building looking as officious as possible.
okay. Right. So, what happens is because that takes a little time. So, the old man actually waits, having said he's got something, for a few moments until his servant appears with tea. And then while his servant is serving you tea, he then disappears off. And as he's coming back through the hallway, I think, unless you want to do anything, go on, Ian. You sound like,
I think I probably would have asked. Sorry, my brain's gone. The Bruce's character. Sorry,
Sam.
should I
Sam.
know his name? So just to keep an eye on him. I'm not going to let him just walk out the room and disappear. I want some advice on. So I
Okay.
sort of asked Sam.
Okay.
To,
So the old man wanders off. Are you following then, Sam?
I've been given instructions, so I shall follow him,
Right. He gives
which
you
will be as uncomfortable for Sam as it will be for the old man.
it is. He keeps stopping periodically to look at you and sort of. This is not necessary, he says in English.
I have my orders, sir.
And he goes, takes you down to what turns out to be his bedroom, and he opens up a chest.
Okay, this is super uncomfortable now.
Yeah. Roots through several things, and then comes back with something wrapped in velvet. Okay, and as you two are returning, he's leading. You're following him on back to the room. I think the door opens and Archie and Nellie come in, and he turns a bit. That really seems to throw him that there's even more people.
Sam is bright red with embarrassment
Okay,
as you walk through.
and he says in English to you two, you're both wearing officers' uniforms. It's sort of sorry, what's going on? More? What? He looks quite flummoxed by the situation.
Never mind us,
Just,
Ross.
you see, old boy, we have you surrounded by three platoons of the Queen's finest.
Right. Toby, you hear Archie calling out Ross.
I'll stride through to Ross, and in my most officious manner, because you said I was going to be officious, I will report. How's the search going?
in fairness, in Toby's mind, he's thinking of Major, what's his face in Cairo, rather than you as his CEO. But
this guy doesn't know.
he hasn't really worked under you for that long. But he'll play. You know, he catches on quick. Yes. So I've started questioning Mr. Yassin here about the missing group. He's been very forthcoming with a little pressure. And he suggested that something else was found during the dig of the house. He's just covered it. Haven't had a chance to look at it. So over to you.
Very good. Carry on.
And he's Yassin's there, and
I'll then stand in the corner, being.
So he sort of turns back to Toby and sort of on his hand, because I mean the knife's only about that long, yeah. if you see me on camera, yeah. And
Yeah.
he sort of unwraps this piece of velvet and then shows you this very disturbing looking knife. So this was, as I said, this was found. It wasn't found in the dig, but it was found elsewhere on the property. I believe it's very old. I had hoped to sell it, but it feels quite a horrible item. So, and but the man who bought the statue, I decided I didn't want to sell anything more to him.
Are we talking about Mahmoud Wahid?
You don't know. He's not. That's the first mention of him selling the statue to someone.
But we know it was
You
Mahmoud
know it.
got it. So
You know Wahid Mahmoud bought the statue from someone. Yes, presumably someone
so
here.
I got that wrong way around. It's Wahid Mahmoud rather than the other way around. Sorry, okay, my notes are wrong.
I may be westernising that. Mahmoud is his first name, and I may have written the name the wrong way around. To be fair,
Yeah,
you may have written it correctly.
Sorry, my assumption is because we know he had the statue, he's just told him he sold. I'm just confirming with him who he sold it to.
Sorry, what are you saying to him?
I said so. The man you sold it to was Mahmoud Wahid.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was found by some of the labourers removing the old building, and I decided that I would be interested in selling it, and one of the builders knew of a man who might be interested in buying it. That was this Mahmoud Wahid, and as I said, I didn't take to him, and I've since done, having sold the item to him, I've done some checking out of him, and he's not a very reputable person. Bear in mind also something else. He's talking, just to flag, because it's been a while since we played. He's talking like Mahmoud Wahid is alive. You know he was murdered,
got that,
but clearly just to be clear, he's talking like the Mahmoud Wahid is alive. That was in the papers though. That's how you first, that's how your Section M, the other Section N team, first was assigned to it based on newspaper reports. So he's clearly missed that or something.
Sorry. Do I not think he's clever enough to play as he doesn't know? I suppose I'll ask the question. I'll be watching him. Are you aware of Mr. Wahid has been murdered?
Really? Is that why you're here? You said it was because of another British team. Okay, give me a.
Yes, it's one. It's one of the reasons.
Anyone who wants to can give me an observation, insight, instincts roll.
With insight, you said, sorry.
Right, one success gives you that is not fake. He's definitely surprised. If anyone's got more than one, what do you want to do with your extra ones?
I'll just put it into party momentum.
And B,
we're gonna have an entire Panzer division on us.
Can you?
I think so. He's genuinely surprised about the idea that. Okay, can I use the extra success to I don't know. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to put it into party momentum.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes.
I was trying to wangle something, but it doesn't make sense to.
Yeah.
So.
So yes. So I didn't know he died, and as I say, he's clearly telling the truth.
I'm getting the feeling this guy's not a criminal mastermind. But I'm going to say, right. Unfortunately, I do believe we're going to have to take custody of that item. Obviously, you'll be returned. Excuse me, dog's barking. Obviously, it'll be returned to you once we've fulfilled our investigation. I'll happily give you a receipt for it.
Yes, if you can give me a receipt, that would be fine. Thank you.
What are you talking about? We're the British. We put it in the British Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you think that receipt's at?
But he doesn't need to know that.
He doesn't know that. Yeah. The British Museum will give him a receipt.
And I will sign
for
it.
his
I'll
receipt.
sign it Mickey Mouse as well. So. Well, no, Mickey Mouse wasn't about by then, was it?
No, I think he was, wasn't he? 30s, isn't it, Mickey Mouse?
I
Anyway.
can't remember. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. In fairness, I will
Steamboat
sign it.
Willie,
I'll sign it.
It's just going out of
sign-
copyright, isn't he, Steamboat Willie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you say, Ian? You sign it with a fake name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
1928 is Mickey Mouse. In case we need to reference him later.
In case we need to reference Steamboat Willie, then.
Okay.
Now we know that's very important.
Just giving him the receipt seems to have a degree of officialdom to him that he seems to quite like. You talked about some of the men who came here first. They were more interested in the building that had been knocked down. Because I explained to them it was a very strange building because it was closer to the cliff's edge.
Shaped like a fish.
No. Close to the edge, but which gives you a wonderful view over the bay. But it only had one small window. I mean, window's the wrong word. One small opening to see through looked over, and that seemed to look towards the island. So I obviously, do you know this area? Well, do you know that in the Bay of Aboukir, there's a quite a large island, a little bit off actually the town of Aboukir, and there is a quite a large island there, not inhabited at all or anything, but well, you British call it Nelson Island because I believe Nelson was one of your admirals or something like that, and he had he established a base on there for a while.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for the information.
Just out of character, apologies. Do you remember that some of you spotted some lights that you reckoned?
On the island, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just remind you from last session, sorry, because we haven't played for a while. Sorry, Ian. Carry on.
I look across to Lieutenant Fanshawe and sort of. I'm done, sir. Unless there's anything you wanted to add.
I don't think so. Thorough job, well done. Anything you want to add? I say to the master of the house.
No, no.
So when the other British officers arrived, this was 4 days ago. Is that correct?
Oh, Andy needs to check his timeline. I need to dig out the timeline. It's essentially the day in the
Okay,
timeline that they
I
went to
just say
Aboukir. It fits with that.
yeah.
He
Okay.
actually, to be
Didn't
as
somebody
fair,
find some?
he has to check, and this is all said in Arabic, but Toby understands it. There's nothing dodgy in it. He actually questions his manservant Mustafa, and between them they work out the date, and it was when the others when it fits with visiting the
And there was something about tar tracks in the grounds, wasn't there?
yes, tracks.
Yeah, we
we
saw.
truck.
they came and they went though, so we do
Yeah, they
believe they
didn't
left,
Fine.
stay.
or the
Okay.
truck
So
left.
truck-
Now,
Just
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
the times at which they arrived and left, and then they can't wait. Then I'm done.
Right. They're really quite vague on it was afternoon is as much as they've got on when they came and left. They were only there about 20 minutes. Came, talked. Um, uh, he skirts around the fact that he didn't mention the knife to them. And in fact, if you gather from talking, they never came inside the house. They were looking at the building or where the building had been, out to sea.
Okay.
sorry, just
Right. Well, I
one
think
last question. Did they give any impression where they might have been, where they were going after this?
Unfortunately,
I
not.
know it's unlikely, but okay.
I think we excuse ourselves, don't we? Unless anyone else got anything else they want to do.
Nope.
Wait for orders and then follow LT.
You're an LT. So is he.
But you clearly,
Yes.
clearly you.
Once we're done, I'll thank them very much. I'll leave Ross to thank them very much, and
Yeah.
we'll head off on our way.
All right, new goal for this campaign. I need to at least once shout "Lieutenant" and then just have 3 people go yes.
Just to be clear, that Russell's team came to Aboukir on the 14th of October. So that's the afternoon of the 14th of October is when they were here.
Okay. So again, my apologies, Mr. Yassin, for the late hour, but thanks for your help in this.
Is that right?
hopefully-
Sorry, just because I've got on my notes that we arrived on the 13th.
No, you arrived in Egypt on the 13th. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You arrived in Egypt on the 13th. You had your first meeting with Major Elliot on the 14th.
I've actually just found my note.
And then you were dispatched to Alexandria on the 17th.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You now today is the 18th because you've because you came out straight at night. You didn't wait till the following day. Today is very, very late on the 17th, possibly early morning on the 18th. Okay. Right. So are you leaving?
I think so.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to mention it, but you were bought some tea, and there were even a couple of little sweetmeat things to eat and so on as well. All very nicely done, and some nice tea and stuff like that. Very traditional in the way it was served. Okay. So you have your truck. What do you want to do? You've got this dagger. I would say it looks more like a sacrificial knife.
Yeah. Well, I think we. What time of night is it?
Early morning, I think, isn't it?
Let us say 1:45 in the morning.
You guys want to camp out? Shall we push on or head back to Alexandria? It's an hour or two to Alexandria, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm all
No,
in
it's only
favour
20.
of pushing on to Aboukir, requisitioning a boat and heading out of this island, but that might be a bit reckless.
No, I think actually that might be a good idea. If we've seen lights this evening, there is a good chance that there is either evidence of them potentially being on this island still, or someone that has answers for us.
Okay. The reckless one and the cautious one have both said that they think that this is a good idea.
Oh dear.
So you're driving into
Oh dear, the officers are agreeing.
you're driving to Aboukir looking for a boat.
Boat to requisition and
There is one.
keep an eye out while we're there for how big. When we get to Aboukir, I mean it's probably pretty dark, but can we get an impression of how big a village/town this is?
It's a small town, but driving driving around, heading for the port area because you want to hire a boat. You actually parked up in the port area is a British Army truck that has no one with it, which is unusual.
We park up next to it so there can be two British Army trucks with no one with it.
And then we'll get
Less
lost. And then
suspicious
our
if there are
next
two of
team-
them. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
When we die immediately on this mission, our next team's
And
going to come and find two British Army.
And soon we will have a fully supplied motor pool here in Aboukir.
So are we hiring a boat or requisitioning a boat?
I mean,
I
it's
mean, I can.
We are
nearly
British
1 in the
Army.
morning.
After all.
If it's
Yeah.
I can. If it's a vehicle, I can make it move.
If it's got an engine,
Yeah.
I can drive it.
I'm going
I
to
use the
Yeah,
word
basically.
GM threat.
Okay.
Oh
Say again?
no!
What was that?
I'm spending a point of GM threat.
Oh.
So as you park up and you start to get out and start looking around, you see this man approach you.
We shoot him. I'm joking.
Which man?
Mom.
Oh, right.
Popped up.
Bang.
He is dressed in the uniform of a Egyptian policeman. Okay. And what is quite noticeable, if you have a look at the photo and particularly look down the photo, the uniform is just fractionally a little too small. Quite a tall man. And he comes striding over and appears to recognize military ranks and stuff like that. So turns to Lieutenant Fanshawe and says, "Sir, if you don't mind me inquiring, is that truck," and he's pointing at the one that was being parked here, not yours, you've just arrived in, is that truck anything to do with you?
Yes, it is. I'm not elaborating, really. I'm just saying, yes, it is. But thank you so much for keeping an eye on it.
Well, the men who were on that truck hired a boat and have not returned it. And
Just 2 seconds.
yep, we'll be back in a second. So
Right. So
He
we're full of
turned his
wisdom and
camera.
said he's going to hire a boat and do the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
and
Funny
so
enough.
the owner of the boat is rather put out, and luckily he's not here, but he has been demanding that the truck is now his and things like that, and it's not good enough to take a man's boat and his livelihood. I surely appreciate that, particularly in these times, a fisherman who has no boat is not very useful.
Fully understood. I'll consider it part of our mission to recover the gentleman's boat.
So please, can you explain please, what's going on?
Failed to classified and all that. I'm sure you understand. Apologies, but yes, we're we are carrying out a investigation into some illegal activities in this area, and need to requisition a boat. Sorry, need to requisition a boat.
You need to requisition a boat.
Yeah, I do use the word requisition a lot, but how one is obtained, I don't care. But if our colleagues took off on a boat and the boat is now missing, I'll need a boat to go find the boat that was lost in the first place. Do you understand?
I certainly understand, sir, but I think we're going to have a real problem finding anyone who's prepared to rent you a boat, let alone have it requisitioned.
Well, they can drive if they want. Actually, probably best they don't. But they can come with us. How about that? No. Well, I suppose I can write them a chit, can't I, for a missing boat?
Just handing out IOUs all over this area right now.
They're all signed by
the way the
British.
It's the way the British Empire works.
I owe you one ceremonial dagger. I owe you one fishing boat.
We won't be putting this fishing boat in the British Museum, so.
Say again, Bruce?
Yeah. I'll have to get it back. True.
Okay.
Right. So that's the situation. We need a boat, and we need to in order to go with the other boat, and also carry on this this little bit of investigation that we're doing here.
So it's now nearly 2:00 in the morning.
Yes, thank you for your assistance.
He's having this discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
While he's having this, go ahead.
No, go on, Nick. Sorry.
Okay, I was just gonna say while he's having this discussion, I'm just gonna start walking down the dock and start checking out boats to see which one's gonna be the best one.
Right. I
won't go on to any of the boats. I'll just be doing like a kind of visual inspection at first.
They're all small-scale fishing boats. Most of them sail-powered.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, and they could fit the 5 of you on, but they're not much bigger than that. I mean, they're really quite small, but then they're probably fishing just in the bay or into the Mediterranean, which is comparatively easy sailing. So it doesn't require anything particularly large.
Is Kentucky a large town?
Sorry, let me zoom.
It's the next town that marked on the map down from here.
No, that's a ruin. That 3 dots means a ruin.
Okay. So really, if you want to try and get a boat from someone else, you want to go back to Alexandria, and that is quite a long way to head back. Not if you want to.
That's a ruin.
5 miles offshore.
That's a actually no idea what the size of that is, but on your map it doesn't look very large. You drove past these places and they're much smaller. They're villages. Okay. Yes.
Well, if Casamir is confident he can handle a sorry?
I mean, if it has motive systems, I can handle it.
Okay, as long as he's confident we'll requisition a boat and get on our way.
Right. So this
actually, I want to do first. Is there any kind of postal service here or something?
Yes, there
I
will be.
have no idea. If
I think one of the things the British Empire absolutely definitely sets up. There is a post office, but very much a take it to the post office, and there's not post boxes or anything like that, but there's a post office. Sorry, just going back
Right.
to
Okay.
go back to the conversation. The policeman says to you, there will be people. The fishermen won't be here for a few hours. They will be going out with the dawn. So they will not be here for a few hours. So if you wish to rent a boat, and I know you've said requisition, and he seems to be trying to steer you to rent. If you wish to rent a boat, you will need to wait till they arrive.
Okay.
Might I ask what the nature of your investigation is? You said something classified.
May I
That's correct.
suggest something out of character,
Yeah.
You may.
perhaps?
You can set it in character if you want.
Well, I was just going to suggest that we're after a group of soldiers who are perhaps AWOL, and we would like
I
to
was
find
thinking
them.
people who are smuggling or stealing equipment from the from army supplies, but similar sort of.
Like either way, we're similar. Yeah, we were thinking along
We
the same lines.
yes. Well, if you must know, we have a few soldiers who've gone AWOL. And we think they're jollying about, larking. So find them, take them home, get
So,
put in the stockade for a couple of days, and then assign to some unpleasant
okay.
duties for a while, and then back to it.
Okay, that's a pity. That's a pity. And he seems to sort of be letting the conversation end, but he's not leaving. He's staying there to observe what happens.
Okay. I'm going to get back into the truck, and I'm going to sketch out a letter to our commanding officer, addressed to Caro with absolutely nothing official in it whatsoever, so it won't stand out in a selection of letters, so it doesn't look official or anything like that. Just saying, just in case we don't get back, type thing. That arrived Aboukir with time, identified A teams, truck present on dock, A team proceeded to Isle of Aboukir, and following.
Okay, and you're gonna the post office will open at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I'll just shove it in through the door.
Okay. Okay.
Would we have a stamp?
There definitely is stamps. Yes.
We haven't got one.
Is Archie the kind of man
Right,
who
I'm going to
carries
give.
stamps with him?
No. Yes, I absolutely am. Hold on. Wait. If I just take a look at my gear, I have a bits and pieces trivial item that contains a useful thing to have in the session once per session or something like that. I can look up the details of it. Bits and
Oh, yeah.
pieces.
Is this a
A number of trivial, potentially useful items such as the pocket watch, screwdriver, matches, etc. You can declare that on your person at the discretion of the GM. So, at your discretion, yes, I have
Yeah.
actually. It's the sort of thing that I keep in my pockets.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got an old stamp.
I'm absolutely the sort of person who seems to have a stamp, pen, knife, pocket watch, and everything else.
Because
So I fixed that, and
it's probably a stamp you've brought all the way with you from Britain, and they just use this because it'll be
A
the same
proper
stamp.
English
They probably
officer
use the same stamp
is
here.
always prepared.
exactly.
Okay.
Always
But
prepared.
so he's
Prepare for
if he's
every
still standing there
eventuality.
So go on,
if
Chris.
he's still standing there waiting for me, well, I'll finish writing the letter. Sorry.
Yeah. Go. No. Sorry. Go on.
If he's still standing there waiting, once I finish writing the letter, I'll hop out, put the stamp on, write the address in place, and hand it to him and say, "Be a good chap and post that, will you?" When you're going past.
He looks not offended, but slightly surprised. But yes, sir, he says, because you're a British Army officer and he is merely a Egyptian police constable. Right, but he and he puts it in his pocket, but he's still not leaving. He's staying to observe what is going on. So, Casimir, you've gone and looked at various boats. I'm not going to make dice rolls for it. There's quite a lot that would do. There's nothing particularly special here, but you can find certainly. It's the question of whether you want to get. There are a couple of motorboats, but actually it looks like they don't go out very often, judging by the state of them. It looks like most of the fishing is done in sailed vessels, and there, as I say, there are vessels there that you could borrow, use. Okay, but while that's going on, what are the other three of you doing? Well, there's been this extended conversation with the policeman. What are the other three of you doing? Standing around? Anything you wish to do?
I had followed after Casamir
Okay.
just to be an extra person observing the boats and whatnot, just to basically not leave somebody by themselves, essentially. But I'm also. Can I just keep a general lookout along this dock to see if there's anything of use, basically? I know we're looking at boats, but it could be that we see a clue to something.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
Give me
something I
an
can do.
observation sight roll with insight, please. Sam, Toby, anything you're doing, please?
Damn.
Can't think of anything. I mean, I was going to, out of player, suggest that obviously there's only one policeman and there's five of us. So if we split up, he can't stop us from any of us stealing a boat.
I'm trying to keep him as busy as possible. So
He's definitely he's
And
he's
the
totally
second
oblivious to what
option was,
Cassidy's
is he
doing.
armed? Because if he isn't, he's not going to stop us from taking a boat.
He has a truncheon.
We've got a gun.
He's not impeding you at all. He is merely observing as a good, loyal member of the Egyptian police. Okay.
It's definitely a case of stop or shout stop again. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything Toby wants to do? So that Sam is just sort of observing and Anything Sam?
I think that. No, I think Sam probably loitering in the area, trying to get a feel for getting ready in case we do make that sudden break, and we're going to, get on with it.
Okay. Nellie. 3 successes on a observation site. You do spot something, and it does require all 3.
Damn.
There, you spot there's a window. It's first built, so there's a port, and then sort of the other side of the street are various houses. From the looks of them, residential properties, places where people are living. Yeah, and you see. It's not, when I say curtains, I'm not meaning sort of nice fancy curtains. It's some kind of covering put over a window, because this is not a particularly wealthy area, being a port. And there's a sign of movement, and you would say that someone has been watching your conversation.
How far away are we from everybody else, basically? If me and Casimir have gone off down the docks, basically.
You're probably about 50 meters away. It's, and I mean, you've literally there's probably Casimir, you've probably counted about 7 different boats. There's moorings for a lot more, but probably actually it occurs to you, because you know a bit about boats and stuff, if there's larger vessels, they might have been out all night. Yeah. What's probably here are the vessels that go out for the day. Yeah. other vessels might well be out all night fishing and then bring their fish in first thing in the morning.
Right.
I think I nudge Casamir and say, "Follow me a moment," and I'm going to approach the house and knock on the door.
Okay.
The do you speak Arabic?
Do not.
No,
I
I
don't
don't think
I
either of
do.
you speak
Let me
Arabic.
just check. No.
There's some a woman's voice speaking in quite rapid Arabic, quite a questioning tone, but also quite a concerned tone, you would say. But you don't understand what she's saying.
I
Is it
say,
loud enough to me?
Oh, sorry. Go.
No, you're too far away.
Is it loud enough for me?
No, you're back by the vehicles.
I can't not to hear what they're saying, but to hear the conversation, realise that what Nellie's wandered off and
Give me an observation, insight, hearing check. Yes, you hear. In fact, that's one more you needed. You can put another one into momentum if you wish, or do something with it.
Can I actually catch any of the words? No, I appreciate I won't get the conversation, but do I catch any of the words the woman says? Or is it still just too far away?
I think we'll just say that you were actually a bit closer than I had originally said. So someone asking, "Who are you? What do you want?"
I'll wander over and I'll start translating for Nellie. The lady wants to know what you want. Sorry, what do you want?
I saw them watching through the window. They're obviously observant of their surroundings. They may be one of the people that have lent their boats out. I'm wondering whether this person, being a resident of the docks, is one of the fishermen that we can hire the boat from.
Okay.
Could you ask her?
Consider it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I say to the woman, sorry for the lateness, but we have urgent need of a boat. And we noticed you were awake.
A boat.
She's hesitated. Yeah.
Yes, she's sort of.
I say to Ross, like, tell her we can reimburse her.
Okay. Obviously we will pay for the hire of the boat. And he looks at her and goes, "We're going to pay?"
We've got receipts.
She says. My husband, he is out with his boat at the moment. I don't have a boat to rent you.
Is that normal? Like, this is above table. Is that like night fishing?
It's to some extent, yes. But it's
Okay.
because you are landing with the first catch of the day, and because of refrigeration and stuff, or the lack of it. If you want to supply fresh fish rather than
I just
salted
wondered whether.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It's not suspicious.
No.
Okay, cool. Ask her if she knows of anybody that would be willing to hire their boat to us at short notice.
Okay. I'll do exactly that. I was just wondering if I could get Casamir to tell me which boat he is after, and then asking her if she knows who owns which one.
I mean, all of the boats
I
are the
assume you-
same, pretty much the same, sir. So if they have a boat available, this is probably
Okay.
the easiest way to acquire one.
I just wondered whether you wanted a motorboat rather than a sailing boat. That's all.
So
I wouldn't trust those motorboats. The engines haven't been maintained on the regular.
you hear the sound of a bolt being pulled back and the door opens, and you see a woman, probably, well, she's dressed appropriately, so she's got a headscarf on and stuff, but but her face is visible, but the rest of her is covered. It's obvious that she's been crying. She's got very puffed up eyes, and she sort of points about 4 doors down and says, knock there, they may be able to help you.
Being a bit of a gentleman, Toby will go, are you right, madam? You seem distressed.
She looks a little worried.
I think you think we can help you because you wouldn't have opened the door otherwise.
Are you helping the policeman over there? And she points, because off in the background you can see the 2 trucks, and there's the policeman, and you can see Sam and Archie stood with them. Are you helping the policeman in the searches?
Sorry, the searches for
the missing women.
Oh, sorry, I don't.
Are you translating this for anyone?
Yeah, I was about to say, are you translating?
Yeah. I am.
Yeah. Between us,
as much as I can without.
I say to Ross, ask her how many women have gone missing.
And I yes. Sorry, we're all part of this, the effort. How many women are missing?
2, I think. One is my cousin.
Okay.
How and when they have gone missing, whether it's together or separately. And I know this sounds strange, but ask her if there's been any unusual fog along the beach.
Right, I'll try and ask that question without sounding completely insane. But yeah.
The game we're playing has Cthulhu in it. It's very hard to say anything without sounding insane.
Yeah. True, very true. Yeah, I say obviously we're trying to corroborate sort of information that's already been passed on. When did the women go missing?
My cousin was 2 days ago.
The other woman at the same time, or?
No, I think that was yesterday. She went out to do her washing and never came back. We went to where we go to do our washing, and her washing was there and she was not. We have told the police, and I think they have told us they are searching.
Have you noticed anything strange? And this may seem strange in itself. Any unusual weather, mist, fog, that sort of thing?
No.
Yeah, I give Nellie the side eye going, no. Now she thinks I'm a
I don't
weirdo.
say anything. Yeah. I give him a small shrug, like.
Sorry, I'll go back to the. You say had they both disappeared from where? Were they both going to do their washing? Did they both disappear from the same area?
I don't know. I just was told that another woman was missing. I don't know any details.
Where is it you go to wash your clothes?
But basically, there's a stream running down, a freshwater stream running down into the bay that runs relatively close, and she goes there to wash. She gives you some directions. It's clearly quite a decent walk.
I look across to Nellie. Anything else?
Maybe we should go and speak with that policeman, but we should also see if this neighbour she's indicated will let us hire this boat. Tell her
I'll
thank
turn
you.
back. Yeah, I'll tell her. I thank you, thank you for talking to us, and every effort will be made to find the missing women, including your cousin. I make a point of not saying we will make every effort, but every effort will be made to.
It's very good.
I take out a handkerchief and hand it to the lady. I don't have obviously I don't talk to her, but I just hand it over to her, or offer it to her, I should say.
She accepts it gracefully.
And then probably leave.
Okay. Are we going to go and knock on this neighbour's door? We're not going to get a great response at 2:00 in the morning, unless you've got a large chunk of money to be passing to someone. Perhaps we need to get Lieutenant Fanshaw's view.
Yeah, I think perhaps we should talk to everybody in Lieutenant Fanshaw and find out what it is that we're going to do. But at least we know a place that we can hire a boat from now, if needed. So
Yep.
Nellie seems really deep in thought now, and kind of not quite as driven as what she was when she was heading towards the door. And she sort of heads back with you guys.
Right. So
as we approach.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to. As we approach the constable, I will ask a question. So what's happening about the missing women, Constable?
He turns and says, searches are ongoing. Yes, very strange business. 3 women in 3 days. Yes, very strange business.
Did they all go missing from the same place? Sorry, I don't know.
No, that's it.
No, they've from a variety of places around, but all in the area of Aboukir. All right. So at this point, he pulls out a notepad, his sort of official notepad, where he's clearly taken some notes. Yes, 3 women, all in their late teens or early 20s. All missing with no evidence of any reason why they have disappeared or any witnesses reporting any form of crime being undertaken.
And are they all taken from within Aboukir, or were they outside of Aboukir at the time? The lady we just spoke to said,
So go on. She said what?
she said that her cousin was washing clothes a little ways from the village at the time.
Yeah, in they're all residents of Aboukir, and they were near near or in the town at the time.
And have you? I assume that you have spoken to the locals. Are there any other people that live close by but not within Aboukir itself, perhaps on the outskirts? A community or a family as such?
What, who are missing?
No, that you have yet to speak to or have spoken to.
I'm not involved in the investigation. I merely have the notes from my briefing update when I came on duty, which was essentially that a third woman has been reported missing.
Who is in charge of the investigation?
That would be the chief of police for the town.
Thank you. She seems happy with that response. So.
Oh, sorry, Lieutenant Fanshawe. We have got the information. There is someone who might be able to hire us a boat, but it is 2 o'clock in the morning, sir.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should stay here for the evening until the morning, if we can find someone.
Maybe we should. Ask comfortable. Is there somewhere we can stay?
Not that would be open at this time of night.
I think. Okay, right. Well, we got 2 trucks, so we'll just have to settle down in those. I think you're right. I think possibly going now, navigating a strange boat to a strange island in the dark.
Yeah.
Even for my standards, and also keeping everyone up all night as well. Let's get some sleep and then hit the island first thing in the morning. We can rent a boat instead of me stealing one. Whilst it feels like the sort of thing that Archie would do, it feels like the wrong thing to do to me, but still. So I will cheerfully let you dissuade me from that.
Yeah, Nellie comes to her senses and then turns into the voice of reason again, and is sort of like, maybe we shouldn't, and talks you out of it.
I'm going to came to the town actually at this point. I think we got some useful information there, and we'll get going first thing in the morning.
I don't know if there is a mechanic for exhaustion in this game, but Nellie is so wired with all this information of the similarities between this and the original case that she was on, that I think she's probably going to sit in the cab of the truck and just observe the dock and make notes and things like that. I don't know if that's something I can do. I've got a talent that's the veil. Yeah, go on, Chris.
I was going to suggest that actually, if we go and sleep, then we keep a watch out in actual fact, so we can see if comments are going on. So if you want to participate in that watch, that's fine. You can have one cab, another watch can stay in the other cab, and everyone else can try and catch 40 winks once they with their kit bag in the back of the lorries. That sound like a plan?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. You bed down to get a bit of a sleep. Some of you keeping awake. And I mean, it's getting on for something like 2:30 in the morning by the time this is happening, maybe even a bit later.
Yeah. So
And then within about an hour and a half, there are by 4 o'clock in the morning, there are people starting to appear, and you a couple of people keeping watch. It's actually more a question of people turning up, and they appear to be quite happy to make noise at this, even though it's very early and there are clearly residences nearby. It appears to be the norm for people to make quite a lot of noise, and people start uh, um, uh, people start arriving, and you spot that fairly quickly some people are starting to prep boats to go, and it's sort of it's already sort of that pre-dawn time, and it's starting to get light. What do you wish to do?
We do, Lieutenant Stranshaw.
Well,
and
sorry.
and actually, just kind of like all of us together, like if we're all sort of in the same sort of area, she kind of just says there is a couple of things happening here. We know that this picture that we found of the sea gods bears the same similarities to what I experienced back in Essex. That there is now people going missing exactly the same way that it did when I did this investigation. There was a grand total of, I think, 6 people that went missing, or possibly 7. She would know off by heart because she has eidetic memory, but there's B that can't remember at the moment. So she tells you, and she says, "Should we head straight out to the island, or ask around a little bit more about these missing people?"
I think we possibly don't want to create, and then anyone else as well. Contradict me if you want, but I don't think we should ask around too much more because I don't think we want to create any more ripples in the water, so to speak. I think we probably would have fade directly out without having given too much. That's why I want to keep a watch out for the night, so we could see if anyone had apparently gone out towards the island. Let's get ourselves onto a boat and heading out that way as soon as possible. I'll put Casamir in charge of requisitioning / renting one.
Right, you're just starting to organise that when
And also, I will organise. I will designate somebody. I don't know who. Probably Sam to go and organise some breakfast, coffee, and
well,
Sam
for
will
breakfast.
already be on that.
right, okay.
Excellent.
Sam is just coming back with some food, and Casimir's just started to look at the various boats and figure out who's got crews and who might be supposed on. When I've spent another point of threat, and a very irate-looking man starts coming towards you, gesticulating, waving his hand in quite an aggressive manner. The policeman is still there, and the policeman intercepts. And tries to mollify him a little. But eventually, the policeman comes over. Is any of you stepping forward, or are you letting him search for someone?
Step forward.
Okay.
I will have do a fantastic job of not understanding a word he said because I don't speak any language, and I won't realistically anyone who's
the man is sort of. He's an angry man who's been told not to yell, and he's trying not to yell, but he's certainly speaking very, very loudly and very, very fast in Arabic, and appears to be complaining. There's definitely a tone of complaint, a lot of shaking and slapping his hands together in a sort of in quite a cross manner. The policeman explains that his name is. Oh my God, Andy, we've lost it.
Is this the
Jalal.
guy that's boat's gone missing?
Yeah. And essentially, this is the guy whose boat has gone missing.
You're the chap that hired the boat out to those deserters.
We're really condemning some colleagues here, really.
That's translated.
Well, one must make sacrifices.
That's translated to him by the policeman.
I'll
And
glare at him.
sorry, Chris.
I will glare at him.
And
In other words, as if I'm blaming him for making the situation worse.
right.
That should
and
deflect.
the policeman explains he wants to know who he should speak to get recompense for his lost boat. I keep telling him he cannot take that truck.
He should speak to. I'm sorry, no, that truck is not ours to give you. It belongs to regiment. So we can't do that. However, we want recompense. I'll write down an address in Alexandria and hand it to him.
Okay.
However, you
However,
hired the boat out. Can you
you've
describe
written in
the people you hired?
English. He doesn't understand a word of it, but the policeman explains what it is, and produces his pen and writes out a translation in Arabic, which actually the man can't read. So read or write.
Oh, look.
So I mean, he's
If, now look, we're willing to turn a blind eye to your assisting these men in their activities. However, I need to tell you, need you to tell us everything.
So the policeman gives you a slightly strange look and then does the translating. His boat was technically rented, by a British Army officer on the 15th of October and never returned.
15th. I
days
see.
ago.
And do you know where they went?
Um,
I mean, he didn't watch them go anywhere. He didn't observe his boat being sailed. I mean, it was a sailing boat, yes?
Yeah, he said yes, and they sailed out to sea, so out into the bay. So just to be clear, sorry, actually, just to be very clear here. So let me just show this on the map. Hang on a sec.
Well, I say it's not much to go on, but we'll see if we can cover his boat, and I'll say in a sotto voice to the policeman, if he plays his cards right, we manage to get his boat back. He'll still have that chit, you know, so he might want to help us find that.
Okay. I'll come to that in a sec. Just to clarify one thing. So Aboukir is here, and but the port is sort of on the southern side of this peninsula. So as such, going out to sea is going into the bay and then round. Just to be clear, the port is on the southern side, okay, of that peninsula.
Okay, right. So you mean, yeah.
So the policeman smiles at that actually, and explains that, and that does seem to mollify the man. Because it's suddenly there's a chance
I will probably forget. I'll probably forget that I've written that chit by the time we're on our way. So if you could assist us in securing a boat, and guys, are we happy to have the owner of the boat accompany us? It'll make it a lot easier. Or it's been a bad idea. Just a team question rather than me making it all. Doing all.
Well, if it's a sailing boat, does any of us know how to sail?
Yeah,
Raise his hand.
If you
I have complete
have,
confidence in his ability to sail.
if you have one in the vehicle skill, then you know how to sail. You don't need the watercraft focus to be able to sail, but obviously that would apply as a focus. But having one in the vehicles, I would say it qualifies you as I know how to sail.
Yeah, I mean,
And I have 3 in
with
vehicles, so
you're not a very
I
good
am.
sailor.
Yeah, I am reasonably proficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
My preference is for vehicles of the heavy land-based variety. However, if it's got a motive system,
Right.
I can get it to where it needs to go.
Okay. So
basically, we want to secure a vessel of some sort. We're going to go and check out this island because it seems like
right. The policeman seems to have you've been actually, it's quite a generous gesture to the man who's lost his boat. So he indicates to you who he thinks is the man. He's possesses. I think that man there would be the most likely to rent you his boat. He may actually also not insist on coming with it, should that be your preference.
Yep.
And Casamir,
We're
Well,
just
then
going to
we
be
have
we're going to be
Archie's.
utilised. I'll explain to the policeman that we are basically just going to be checking the immediate obvious places that they may have beached it.
um,
It's unlikely that these individuals would have gone very far in the boat.
well, for your limited knowledge of boats, it doesn't look like a boat you want to go very, very far out. It's not.
Precisely, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be no cover from
It
the
sounds a
sun.
bit like a wayfarer. So
A bit, maybe a little larger. It's got nets it can pull and stuff like that, but not massive. Casamir, the boat that he's pointed out is actually one of the slightly larger ones, but it's not massive. Okay.
Well, 'twill serve.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm just conscious of the time. Right. Okay. So, you go to speak to the man. He only speaks Arabic. Do you want the policeman to translate, or is Toby taking over?
I said, if I may, sir, and I'll step forward. It's actually not bad at negotiating, he says, and then he'll roll horribly, no doubt.
Quite. The owner is a sort of an older man who he has that distinctive little hook in his lip where a pipe sits. Real. I mean, salt of the earth fishermen are fairly sort of. There's a mould for them, whatever country you're in, and he looks like he must be in his 60s. And he's probably been sailing fishing since he was double digits.
Good day, sir. We are in need of a boat, and we've been informed that you might be able to rent us one.
I could do so, but after what's happened with Jamil's boat, I would need some surety that you would return.
Well, I think you'll find that Jamal's quite happy with the arrangement we've come to with him.
He glances over, and Jamal seems to be chatting to the policeman now, and is not angry. So there does seem to be some grain of truth in what you're saying.
I have expected him to be like jumping around holding the receipt, like, I've got the golden ticket, I've got the golden ticket.
It's not that big.
We'll obviously pay.
I mean, it's nothing to the UK Army, is it? And it helps us out a lot potentially.
No. Exactly. It's nothing to the army. Sorry, Caroline.
We'll obviously pay fair rate for it, and you know we're literally only going to check in the local area for, in fairness, where Jamal's boat may have gone.
Okay. Give me a negotiation check. It'll be on reason. So yeah, persuade, negotiations, focus if you have it.
So reason was, you said.
Yeah. Right. There's a bit of a negotiation. He actually wants really. He's clearly gathered that there's a profit to be made here. For you, it's almost not a noticeable increase in fee, but he negotiates up the fee a bit. But you negotiate him down from what he originally wanted, and you. and you end up with a boat ready to take out. Now,
Okay.
where do you want to go in the boat?
I think the main place we want to go is check this island out. This
Yeah.
island, supposedly deserted island that we saw lights on, which the hole in the wall of the old building was pointing towards. The island does seem to be being rather flagged as, we got several clues leading to pointing us towards the island, particularly that hole in the stone wall. So I think that's probably our most obvious. If there's something dicey going on, that island would seem to be a major part of it. I guess we could sail down the coast road of Canapé. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 10 miles to Madieth. We could sail across to Madieth if we wanted to take our time. I think probably go to the Isle of Akabar first. If that doesn't, Aboukir first. If that isn't interesting, then what does everyone else think?
Well, the leads would seem to indicate, the evidence would seem to line up that our wayward compatriots have gone to the
Gone
Isle
there.
of Aboukir.
Yeah.
So if we are trying to find them, that would be the first place to look, if only to gain evidence as to where they may have gone to afterwards.
Okay.
Indeed.
We're nearly at the end time, so I think it's a good place to stop. So let's pause there for the night and then reconvene on this
Okay.
in the next session. Okay. So
Okay.
thank you everyone watching. I hope you enjoyed this. There will be another episode in a little while time, but for now, goodbye to anyone who's watching. Thanks much. Give us a
Peace.
subscribe and like. That's what I'm supposed to say. Subscribe and like if you've enjoyed this.
Like and subscribe.
Engagement.
Like and subscribe. Sorry, I'll get it right eventually. You can't tell
Oh
what
my
I
God.
want, can you?
Maybe.
Boomers.
Thanks very much. Bye bye.